Race 6 coming up here at Sandown, and the market very much gravitating towards the top two gallopers in the betting. They were the top two in terms of investment initially, and that support has continued on race day. The up-to-date market currently has the favourite Sirius Black at $2.70, was back from as much as $3.60 on race day, got as short as $2.40, back to $2.70. The Creators had race day support, now at $3.70. Rich Divinity, a $7 chance. Arizona Dreaming, the other runner, in single-figure odds at $8.50. And if you're chasing one at odds, there has been some sort of support around for number 10 Zibity Zoostar, a $15 chance. But Sirius Black are favourite at $2.70 and at this stage the best backed. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on screen or visit the website.
Missed your favourite show? Head to the racing.com website or app and watch what you want when you want.
On to race 6 here, over 1,600 metres. It's a 3-year-old and up, benchmark 60 for the Stowe Storage Solutions handicap. Horse 1 is Taramansour, who kicks off his preparation BZ and now with Phillip Stokes.
He's a horse that generally improves over a little bit of ground, and stepping up in trip, you'll think he'll get better as the preparation goes on. With that in mind, I think he's vulnerable here first up, but that's also reflected in his prices.
The run will certainly help bring him on fitness-wise, and up in distance will suit him further as his form card and his physique suggests. But he's in good health and he's bright and alert, striding out with a bit of purpose. So a forward enough run wouldn't be a shock.
Swindon Lass is a scratching the 2-3. Arizona Dreaming has raced exclusively on the Ballarat synthetic all winter.
He's been very honest since joining the Tom Dabenig stable. In those synthetic track races, he's got an ability to put himself somewhere close to the speed. Look, he's not blessed with the most ability, but he does stick on quite well. I thought he was brave in defeat last start behind Ziggy Rocks, and while this is likely to be a stronger contest, he's coming here at the peak of his powers.
He's another one who's striding out nicely. He's a robust horse deep into the campaign. He's still holding decent condition. He's still bright enough, not showing any signs of getting dour at this stage. So he's holding together well, being maintained nicely between runs.
Sandown's been the August home for the Creator, had the track gallop here a few Wednesdays ago and also raced on the lakeside a fortnight back.
He seems to be a horse that's just needed racing. He's come across from New Zealand. His first up effort in stronger company was okay without being sort of what you wanted or what you would have been expecting that day. He dropped back in grade here and took on the older horses over 1,400 metres, and he was better. And I just think he's now ready to peak, having his third run for the new stable. He has the ability to roll forward. He's a real sort of bold front-running style of horse. And if you've got that style, you need to be fit to make it successful, because your best asset is putting the opposition into the grind.
He's very fit now, BZ. I think he's really right at his peak from a fitness perspective. Doesn't look to be carrying a lot of excess condition at all. He has had some attitude in the yard in the times that I've seen him parade, in that he can look like he's keen to get on with it. That's the same again today, but he's not getting warm. He's just keen to get things underway, and he's rock hard fit.
5 Alchians, an interesting one to profile for Lindsay Park, resumes here. 2 wins over 1,500 and 1,850. Last seen placing here in March over 2,400.
It just seems as though the stable's not willing to waste a couple of runs shorter in the preparation over shorter distances. They've gone straight to the distance range where he should be highly competitive. And looking at him in the parade, Warren, he looks like he's done enough work, and I thought his recent jump out was very sharp.
I was about to say the same thing, BZ. He doesn't look like this is necessarily a prep run. He's not carrying a lot of excess condition. There'll be some natural improvement to come, but he's moving well, and he's got the walk of a horse that's going to be suited kicking off at this trip. His coat looks nice and healthy, and he's got some good muscle definition, so he looks like he's ready to do a forward performance first up.
Mark Zara rides the 6 Rich Divinity.
He was very brave last start, and similar to 2 starts ago where he was second behind Lulu Darling, hitting the line strongly. And then last time he was no match for Falcon of Malta, but he battled on quite well. Very consistent in this company, right distance range, should run well again.
He's a horse that has a bit of purpose about him in the yard, and a couple of handlers just keeping him nice and controlled. He's not getting hot to any extent that you'd be concerned, just a fraction warm behind, and that's quite a typical parade from him. He's strong, fit and ready to go.
7 Sirius Black and Rich Divinity pretty much cross the line together, but from different places in run.
Now, I can see why the market's leaning to Sirius Black, as the leading chance out of those two in this contest, because he got too far back from an inside draw in a slowly run race last start, and he got to the line as well as he could, but I think he needs a more genuine tempo like he got at Warwicknabeal the start before, and they went really hard early and he just got stronger and stronger. He's an imported galloper who has form over 2,000 metres, so they've kept him fresh here in Australia thus far, and there looks to be enough speed in this race to really bring him on.
I think if anything he's improved since that run where I saw him in the yard here last time. He's strong, fit, parading with a bit of purpose, but nice and composed relative to a few others. I thought it was a great parade from Sirius Black.
Getting out to 1,600 metres at Seymour was agreeable for the 8 Cryptic Clue.
It was a massive win and comes through a strong run, 2 starts back at Sale where it didn't get a lot of luck, and then got under the guard of a lot of punters. $26 it was that day when it managed to win at Seymour, and might be a gelding that continues to improve here.
Looks to be on the up too, nice and fit, had a bit of purpose about the way he's parading, no real negatives from the yard.
9 is a scratching to the 10, Zippity Zoostar, who's third up.
It was a good run last time out, and when Jamie Edwards goes to Craig Williams, I think it means business, and that's not being disrespectful to Jack Hill, but when he brings the horses to town, he puts Craig Williams on, I think it means that he's happy with the horse. He doesn't go to Craig too often. He's got a profile where last preparation he peaked third up, and he may do that again here.
He's got a frame about him. He's thrown more to the Zabeel than the Zoostar, I'd suggest, being out of a Zabeel mare. He's quite a tall galloper. He's very fit. He's parading well.
The 11 is Gimme a Buzz, who'd run either win or second at Moe in 3 runs before an abort effort at Sale.
He was just slow out of the gates last time, and wasn't just slow, he missed the kick by a long way, and that put him out of the action. Prior to that, he was okay at Moe, but this is a lot stronger here. He just needs to sharpen up his manners out of the barriers.
From a parade point of view, though, BZ, fit and well, moving nicely enough, no negatives.
12 Khan's Treasure is 3 weeks between runs and on the drift.
Has been hitting the line strongly in a couple of runs this preparation. Michael D getting in the saddle here for Stephen Brown. Expect to see him warming up nicely at the finish.
Thought was nice and fit with that freshen up between runs, not lacking anything in fitness, so I'd give Khan's Treasure certainly a tick from the yard.
Well, there's a benchmark 70 contest on the lakeside last year. This 1,600 metre event was won by Bookman for that man, Damien Oliver. He rode for Andrew Noblet, defeating Naboo Star and Kiss Me If You Can. Our race favourite is and will be Sirius Black, but the creator certainly gives him a strong level of opposition.
I think they're the 2 obvious chances in this race. One will be forward, one will be midfield, hitting the line strongly. I've lent the way of Sirius Black. I think there's good enough speed for him to finish off nicely at the end of this contest. The creator is very brave, looks to peak third up. Alchian can run a cheeky race fresh. I thought it trialled well and looked good in the yard, and then down to Rich Divinity. I'm focusing my betting on the 7 and having something small to save on the 4.
Yeah, I thought the 7 Sirius Black was the one that was nicely improved from the most recent run. I thought he was stretching out well, moving well, nice and fit now. And pick of the yard for me. I think the creator's absolutely ready to go, rock hard, fit now and keen to get on with it. The other one I'd like to mention is number 12, Khan's Treasure, with that little gap between runs. Looked to have maintained good residual fitness and forward enough, no negatives there at all. Pick of the yard, number 7, Sirius Black.
And the pick of the yard, the grey-beard Sirius Black, has been the best back galloper. Currently a $2.70 favourite, in from $2.80 late. The creator now on the second line of betting at $3.90, has been popular throughout the last 15 minutes or so since runners entered the yard. Rich Divinity's been supported, has been runner-up his past 2 outings, again well backed on an each-way basis, $7 into 6 on race day, then double figures or better the rest. But Sirius Black, the best backed in race 6. Chances are you're about to lose. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.
Well, Dave Eustace chatted to us only half an hour ago after getting a win in the previous, hoping to make it back-to-back with Sirius Black here, who tackles some familiar company here. What did you make of the last start performance?
It was an excellent run, a good performance. He just didn't step well enough and got himself out of position. So we've done bit of work at home with him in the barriers, and hopefully he steps okay today.
So gate 1 and Ethan Brown, that's the main task for Ethan, just to make sure he can find the appropriate spot in the first couple of hundred?
Yeah, definitely. And as usual, Brownie walked the track. He felt the rail was fine, and he's going to find himself on it. So, he was keen to stick to it. So he'll be as close as he can as possible without driving him out of his comfort zone.
A horse you feel like the team have got a handle on now, given he's been consistently now racing in this 1600 metre range after starting his career at distances well above that in Europe?
Yeah, I think we're getting there. He's getting fitter and fitter with each run. He's a good doing horse. He's still a colt, so that has its challenges, and obviously he will stay further, but I think he's certainly good enough to win a race like this over a mile before we decide to step him up in trip.
Suitable ground for him today?
Ground will be fine. He probably doesn't want a heavy track, but a bit of give's fine.
Good luck.
Thanks.
That's the thoughts of Dave Eustace, the co-trainer here of number 7, Sirius Black. So the stable feel he was just a little tardy out of the gates, and they've tried to rectify that in some work subsequent to his last start performance, and punters are expecting him to be hard to beat, all along with horse number 4, the Creator, who trims up late. $3.80 back into $3.50. So competitive contest here with some nice lightly raced horses. They're moving into the gates. Here's Matt Hill.
Sirius Black, the Frenchman. The horse by Reliable Man, 4th run in the Land of Oz, is the first one into the stalls and starts favourite here at $2.70, but money coming for the Creator, $3.80 into $3.50, formerly raced in New Zealand. It was just touched off here the other day after working up front. Has its fair share of weight with 61. Good little clash, this one. Zippity Zoostar coming forward. Gimme a Buzz is about to load up the bolter. Khan's Treasure, the Creator, Rich Divinity and Cryptic Clue, the other horses to move in. So a great day of racing coming up at Caulfield on Saturday. We mentioned the Memsey, but the McNeil's a terrific race as well. The Cochrane, the Heatherley, the Heath 1100. Spring Carnival launched last night in our gala function at the Beverley, and everyone just absolutely licking their lips. Can't wait to get into it on Saturday. Cryptic Clue goes in. Gimme a Buzz completing the line for race 6. Field locked away. 1600. Racing now. Zippity Zoostar took a backward step. Wasn't the last out though. Gimme a Buzz goes back to the end. The Creator led early from Arizona Dreaming, and not far away is Zippity Zoostar, who's going to boot up on the inside and keep Elgin a little bit wide in the first 200. Eventually Elgin will sit out the outside of Sirius Black, and then Rich Divinity, Cryptic Clue, Khan's Treasure, Taramansour and Gimme a Buzz. So the Creator will lead here. 1,200 metres to go. Strides out about a length and a half. Arizona Dreaming with the neck arched. Second the outside of Zippity Zoostar, who's just a little bit hot third. Fourth is Elgin, Sirius Black, fifth the inside, and then came Rich Divinity 3 deep around Cryptic Clue, Taramansour, Khan's Treasure. Last Gimme a Buzz. The Creator, the front runner off the back. 850 metres to go. Just strides out midway by a length and a half to, in second place, Arizona Dreaming. Then came third along the inside, Zippity Zoostar. Out wider, Rich Divinity. Elgin between horses, Khan's Treasure. Then came Sirius Black, who's just pegged away on the inside here in a bit of an awkward spot at the moment from Cryptic Clue, Gimme a Buzz and Taramansour. So 500 to go. It's the Creator in front by about a length and a half to Zippity Zoostar on the inside. Sirius Black is darting back towards the inside. Then came Arizona Dreaming, Elgin and Taramansour. It's the Creator sprinting for home. Here comes Sirius Black on the inside, about a length and a half away. Then Zippity Zoostar, and Taramansour's coming on as well. The Creator all over the dance floor. Taramansour at the 100's got it. Taramansour up to the Creator. Taramansour won it by a length and a quarter. The Creator, Zippity Zoostar, photo 4, Sirius Black and Elgin. And then Gimme a Buzz, the bolter, running a race. Rich Divinity. Then came Arizona Dreaming, Cryptic Clue and Khan's Treasure. $35.40 and $7.10. Taramansour, trained by Philip Stokes, ridden by Sheridan Clark, with 61.5 kilos. Just when it looked like for a stride that the Creator was going to be challenged by Sirius Black, Taramansour has driven through between horses and blown everybody out. First up today, had been placed once from 6 attempts first up in the past. 24 starts for 5 wins and 6 minor placings, and largely ignored. Taramansour, this 7-year-old, and an excellent training performance by Philip Stokes to get this 7-year-old up and running in a race that looked to have a little bit of depth, this 64. Taramansour, the winner, number 1. The interim numbers are 1, 4, 10 and 7. 1, 4, 10 and 7. The Creator second. Bo Mertens for Mick Price and Michael Kent Jr. Ahead of Zippity Zoostar, Craig Williams for Jamie Edwards. Ahead of 7 Serious Black, Ethan Brown for Kieran Maher and David Eustace. Never really looked likely. Fifth, number 5, Elchian, 139.73, a length and a quarter by a short head. A length and a quarter by a short head, 139.73. Interim placings are 1, 4, 10 and 7. So it's a little bit of a head scratcher, really, Taramansour. But this horse, who down the track at Flemington last time was beaten 16 lengths back on the 4th of March, placed to over 2,400 metres at Morfordville the start before. A horse that usually doesn't appear fresh up, but today it was the horse you wanted to be on at the 250, driving through between horses. BZ and Warren, I'm going to give you the unenviable task of working out Taramansour's victory.
Big upset there, a big performance first up for the new stable, and you can see here Sheridan Clark just following one of the key chances, Warren, in Sirius Black, the grey galloper in the Kieran Maher and Dave Eustace stable silks, and looked as though it was just sort of having a nice run first up and given the opportunity to finish off, and may have even given Sheridan Clark a big surprise because it was held up at a key point. You can see he was very keen at this stage, wanting to get on with things with the lack of tempo, and they did look to sort of steady it up coming down the hill. But this is a big performance to give the entire field a start and almost come off a real standing start there as it was stopped its momentum at a key point. Comes back down to the inside, runs up the heels of Sirius Black again, goes to go down to the fence, switches back, finally sees the gap, and then just exploded when it come through.
He was trucking at the turn into the home straight, wasn't he? And Matty Hill on the call referenced that it could have been an awkward spot for Sirius Black. Well, one further back on the fence was the winner in Taramansour, and when that gap came, just exploded through. So you can mount a case to say that the 1 1/4 length winning margin probably should have been enhanced had he got the clear galloping room earlier. The Creator rode the speed. That's the way, I think, to get the best out of him. He gave a good sight and a touch slowly away. Craig Williams drove Zippity Zoostar into a spot, and he really did maintain a strong gallop. He doesn't really have acceleration, I don't think, at this distance range, but the big boy maintained a really strong gallop. Tipping that was a good experience for Sheridan Clark, exploding through the gap aboard Taramansour, and she joins Nigel.
Yeah, pretty tidy way to bring up your first Metro winner for the season for Sheridan Clark. Gets it done aboard Taramansour at its first start for Philip Stokes. And Sheridan, with no Philip here, probably putting you on the spot a little bit, but what's your awareness of what's been done differently with the horse to try and produce that performance first up, which, to be frank, he's never done in his career?
No, that's exactly right. No, he's been really well and really fresh at home and just bouncing around and enjoying life. So I think that's probably a massive key to him. So, yeah.
How did the race shape play into your hands?
I just thought, sit behind Ethan Brown. He was on the favourite, and, yeah, just hope to God the heavens open, and they did.
Well, that's probably the next part of the race to analyse. That, look, I think most people's eyes were drawn to the favourite in Sirius Black and whether he could push through the inside from one, but you would have had some nervous moments in behind thinking, I'm travelling well, but I wasn't going to be able to find a gap. Is that on the money?
Yeah, pretty much. I was thinking, I have too many horses around me, and I just hope to God coming up the straight, once I balance, I do have a lot more room.
We did a good job to get him through the gap and home with a wet sail. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Sheridan Clark victorious aboard Taramansour. 6 races down this Wednesday at Hillside. Hope you're enjoying all the action on racing.com.
Seems so far away. Tuesdays the same, forever planning.